What's up YouTube, Derek here with Tap and Turn Gaming, coming at you today with another EDH deck tech, also part of our series of Battling with a Budget. This deck will be Animar Soul of Elements for less than $50, as is the requirement for our Battling with a Budget series. And just as a general piece of information, our Battling with a Budget series does not include the price of the general, deck, boxes, and sleeves. Which is good because Animar runs you about $22 on his own, because he's one of the Gen 1 commander decks, I'll say. But this is a deck that was submitted to us as a suggestion by the Cake Baker. So the Cake Baker, this is what you were looking for, Animar budgetized. Also, I would like to say that the Cake Baker has a really fun name, so congratulations on having a fun username. But just to start it off, I'm going to tell you the price that this deck came in at. The price of the deck came in at was $49.78, and that is using TCG Player Mid. So this deck is right on the precipice of where we need to be, right on that cusp of $50. So $49.78, and that'll do it. So first thing we'll go over is the lands, and as we've said in just about all of our Battling with a Budget, this is where you really save money on your budgetized decks, is getting rid of all your dual lands and your shock lands and your filter lands and your fetch lands. Those hit your budget the hardest and the fastest. So we did away with them, and we went with just pretty much basics, a lot of tap lands, I guess, because that's what you get when you budgetize. But let's go over the lands just so you can see it. We have an Alchemist Refuge, Evolving Wilds, 9 Forests, Frontier Biovac, Gruul Guildgate, Gruul Turf, Halimar Depth, 8 Islands, Is It Boilerworks, Is It Guildgate, 8 Mountains, Rugged Highlands, Simic Growth Chamber, Simic Guildgate, Swiftwater Cliffs, and Thornwood Falls. So the entire mana base, I think, comes in at $2 or $3, so very, very easily acquired budget mana base. Next thing we'll go over is the sorceries: Boundless Realms, Cultivate, Heat Shimmer, Howl of the Horde, Kodama's Reach, Stolen Identity, and Twin Flame. And then we have our instants. We have a Court of Calling, Faded Infatuation, Fling, Ghostly Flicker, Harrow, Increasing Vengeance, Reverberate, Sprouting Vines, and Supplant Form. For artifacts, we're running Ashnod's Altar, Gruul Warplow, Hammer of Perforos, Minion Reflector, Strionic Resonator. And for our enchantments, we run Temur Ascendancy. Now let's go over our creature base. We'll start off with Acidic Slime, Anarchist, Archaeomancer, Artisan of Kozilek, Brutalizer Exarch, Clever Impersonator, Clone, Dax Duplicate, Deadeye Navigator, Deadwood Treefolk, Eternal Witness, Fathom Mage, Felden of the Third Path, Fierce Empath, Flame Rush Rider, Garruk's Pack Leader, Gruul Rage Beast, Gyre Sage, Indrik Stomphowler, Inferno Titan, Mercurial Pretender, Mnemonic Wall, Myojin of the Seeing Winds, Novagen Sages, Ondu Giant, Pathraiser of Ulamog, Peregrine Drake, Phyrexian Jester, Prime Speaker Zagana, Prophet of Kufix, Reclamation Sage, Soul of Chandelar, Soul of the Harvest, Temur Sabertooth, Terastodon, Vesuvan Shapeshifter, Wood Elves, Yavimaya Dryad, and Yavimaya Elder. So what we went for with this deck was more or less like a balance of some aggressive creatures with good abilities, a lot of mana ramp, and a lot of clone effects to really take part in the fact that you'll be getting creatures out for cheaper because of Animar, and then you can take those bigger creatures and then clone them with your clone spells, things like your Twin Flames and your Heat Shimmers, your Faded Infatuation, things like that. Ghostly Flicker is another able to reuse abilities. Plus, Ghostly Flicker gets really fun when you flicker out, say, an Archaeomancer and like an Acidic Slime, because once you cast a Ghostly Flicker, the Archaeomancer and the Acidic Slime leave play. When they both come back, you use Archaeomancer to take back the Flicker and use Acidic Slime to blow up one of their lands, and then, for 3 mana you're blowing up a land every turn. You can't ask for much better destruction than that, and very shortly you'll be just dominating them. Just all kinds of comes into play abilities and stuff, but that's the general deck, just a budgetized Animar. So for cost, you can see it's actually pretty divided up evenly between the three colors. We have a very large portion of it that is creatures, and that is because Animar's ability of whenever a creature comes in, whenever you cast a creature, he gets a +1/+1 counter, and your creatures cost 1 less to cast for each +1/+1 counter on him. So you can start dropping things like your Artisan of Kozilek and your Pathraiser of Ulamog for free, more or less. The mana curve sits pretty well at 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's where you'll really be doing a lot of your heavy hitting for spells. That is also why we run so many ramp spells. We run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana ramp spells, and you can recur those and copy them with, you know, your reverberates and such, and your Howl of the Horde. So it's, you know, obviously when you budgetize a deck, you lose some power. I mean, if this wasn't a budgetized deck, instead of Artisan of Kozilek, I'd run Kozilek. Instead of Pathraiser of Ulamog, I would run Ulamog. So, you know, obvious differences there. But one thing I'd like to point out that is an all-star in any Animar deck, it can really be fun, is once you get down your Gruul Rage Beast, and then you get down your Deadeye Navigator and you start flickering a creature, Gruul Rage Beast is going to trigger so many times and just take out so many creatures, especially if you have Gruul Rage Beast down, and then you're pairing your Deadeye Navigator with an Inferno Titan and flickering him in and out. You just start doing insane amounts of damage and taking out insane amounts of creatures, and it's really, really good. But that's more or less all I really have for this deck. There's not really a lot to say about it other than you have a lot of comes into play abilities, and you want to be fairly aggressive with it. You know, that's why we run things like the Hammer of Perforos and the Gruul Whirlplow to give yourself trample and haste. But yeah, this is the deck for Cake Baker. This is the deck that you were asking for, was a budgetized Animar list that will come in at less than $50, which this does, because it comes in at $49.78. And this is Derek with Tap and Turn Gaming, and I hope you enjoyed the video, so please like, comment, subscribe, share this video, help us get some more subs, and I will catch you later.